Hey everybody, I'm Dov.
I'm Nicole.
We're so excited to be with you guys today. If you are new to our channel, welcome.
Hello.
We are both twin flames and we are conscious mentors. We're energy healers. We're activators, motivational speakers. And what we do through our videos, through our work, through our one-on-one, is help you guys to remember your power, to create the life that you want to create and to attain the goals that you want to by not living a life of fear or acting from fear, acting from your blocks or from your wounds, right? So I tried to say two words in one there, so it came out as box, which is whatever it is. And so we're really, we're really here and really excited to be of service to you. And so if you're new, please subscribe, please like, and also make sure that you hop on over to our Facebook page because we are giving you guys loads and loads of free content. So make sure you follow us there.
Yep.
Also, we're doing our Sunday sermons every Sunday at 11 there. So we're really creating a community for you guys to be served in every way possible. So today we're going to be talking about a pretty exciting subject, and you might have seen the title of this video and you're like, what the are they talking about? And you are not ready for reunion. That is the title of this video. That is what we're going to talk about right now, right? And so if you guys are in Triggerville, first of all, you're welcome. No, I'm kidding. But really, triggers are such a massive gift. But secondly, we don't quite mean it like that. What we mean to say is it's really easy for us to focus on the other person.
On you, baby.
Right? Maybe your twin is running. Maybe your twin is using. Maybe your twin is being awful. Maybe they don't want to do the work. Maybe whatever it is.
They're in a tough situation and they're not fully in their truth, and that's okay too.
Yep. Whatever it is that you have created either as a story or as a fact, it's very easy to keep that focus over there. And then what happens is we miss this amazing and a vital and important opportunity to focus on what's going on in here. Because in here is where everything is going to change. And let me tell you a couple things that we are seeing right now. First of all, I'm seeing more twins come back into reunion or close to that process, that really important process where you start to reconnect and have that potential to create things than I have seen in years or ever. I should say ever, really.
Yep.
And the thing is that means that all of this work that you're doing out there, right? And all of the work that we are doing and all of that self-love and that good that we're going to be talking about with you guys today, that is changing the consciousness. Okay? Mm-hmm. We are now walking from more of a space of love, which is creating more possibility. And all of that hard work is moving and shifting. And so it needs to stay here. The focus needs to stay here. And what I'm also seeing, and I really, really want you guys to hear me here because I know if you are separated or if you are together, that your goal is to create a harmonious situation, whatever that looks like for you, whether that is you guys being, or if not harmonious, a situation that really actively works for you guys, right? So, because sometimes not all things, as you saw in our last video, right? It's not always harmonious. It's up and down. It's expansion. But whatever your goal is, your motivation to move forward, right? What some of you want to be in a physical relationship. Some of you just want to feel harmony with your connection, right? Whatever that is, if this is not good, it's not only going to stop that from happening, but worse, if your twin becomes ready, if you guys are separated, to show up and say, hey, hi, I'm ready to do this. All of a sudden, those little or big blocks that you may or may have not noticed, right? And I'm hearing some of you out there going, I've done years of work. We've all done years of work, right? I've done years of work. Guess what? Deeper layers, new angles, whatever it is, the focus here. Right? Here is the focus. Because if they show up and they say, okay, I'm ready to figure this out. And then all of a sudden you're like, fuck, yeah, no, I actually can't do this right now. Then you weren't ready. And it's really hard to know if you're ready until it's facing you.
Yep.
Especially if you haven't been keeping it on you.
Oh my God. So I want to give you some examples of things that I hear all the time, right? I hear my twin is a disaster. I'm doing all this work on myself. And then all of a sudden the person that's doing the work starts to just fall apart.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden falls into just deep patterns of almost the same as what the other partner's doing. And then the other partner comes back and then you're in a hole, right? So this is what we're talking about. That's one aspect. The other aspect is there's so many times where you're doing the work and what happens is, and the other person's not, we don't acknowledge the work that's being done by them because it 100%. May not look like the work that you're doing. So let me give you an example.
Yes.
Dove stood up in all her glory. She was doing work on herself. She started to connect with her higher self. She was holding space. Well, she was trying to hold space for me. She was going through this process while I was deep diving into hell, addiction, being cheating, different aspects that I was literally experiencing and understanding and going through and learning from it, right? That was my version of work. So that when I came out of it and go, oh my God, I know how I got in there. And I went boop, 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 and I started doing the work. And all of a sudden I was able to bring this back to Dove. I was able to bring this back to the collective because everything that you guys are working on is being dispersed out through these grids into the collective.
Yes.
So just because the work, and you may be like, well, come on, Nicole. He's running. He's cheating. He's doing this, right? She's doing that. She won't call me, right? I'm doing all this and they're just like doing all this work to just like make it worse, right? It's still work. It's still experience and it's hard experience. What I went through was not easy, right? What I got through wasn't easy. When I look back now, I'm so grateful for going through it. I'm so grateful that I was able to experience it. Yeah. I am so grateful that I'm able to stand in front of you and tell you all the things that I went through, got through, so that I could put my hand out and be like, yo, there's another way. There's another way. There's another way. So there was meaning in it. So if you don't see it, it's okay, because as we're shifting, we start to shift our version and perspective of it. We start looking at it from a different view as you are changing this, and as you are taking your power back, and as you are not judging your twin, and that you are not judging yourself, and you hold space no matter what, and you still do your life, and you keep doing your mission, right? And you still hold that love, and that doesn't make you weak. That makes you really freaking strong.
Yes.
And you do something that's never been done before. Because people don't do that. This world is so conditional. And you came here to be unconditional. And you can do it. Because if you're saying to me right now, but I can't, I keep doing the same thing. I keep, being revengeful, right? They did this to me, so I want to just be, I want revenge. I'm going to do this, and that. And then you feel like crap because you went against your higher self. And you feel gross. You guys know what I'm talking about. We've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I own the t-shirt factory.
Oh, yes. So much truth. So much truth, right? You guys are like laughing, crying, throwing your cell phone.
Throw your shoe at me.
Triggerville again, right?
I've been there. I don't share anything that I haven't gone through, right? Everything that I share with you, I have been there. I have judged this woman up and down. Oh my God, I thought I was God. I thought like I was just like Jesus. I thought I was Jesus. Like I literally at times thought I was like perfect. And I'm like, what are you doing? And so I want you to know, like I've been there. I go into that because of my pain and different things, but so we go there. So I can laugh about it now because I see it now. I see when I go into it. I went into it yesterday with her, right? I was so uncomfortable. I was looking at myself, and right at the last minute, I was like, and you! And you did this! And it was like, no, Nicole, you created the whole thing on your own.
Right. So we're not going to talk about projections, right? Because that's a whole nother reality. What are we projecting? What are we not looking at? And so I want to expand on some of this really, really good stuff that Nicole was talking about. And I want to talk to the feminine, right? Mostly the feminine, not meaning that you are incarnated, right? So if you guys are unfamiliar with how we view incarnation, same sex, soul gender, and so on, you can watch our video that's actually titled Same Sex Twin Flames, because it talks about just soul level gender as well, and so it goes into deeper issues, so you don't have to be in a same sex relationship to watch that video. But you, whether you're in a man's body, a woman's body, if your template that you're working on right now is the divine feminine, I'm speaking to you for a moment, right? And so it's very easy for us to be in deep emotional water. Very easy to kind of flow with, even though physical union is excruciating, like really, truly like no other thing, right? I honor all of you in physical, separation. And I don't know if I said physical union before, but I meant
physical
to say
union.
Yep.
It can happen there too.
That can
Actually, she just had a Freudian slip. It does happen.
Right? That can be really painful
when you're not ready for reunion.
Exactly. And even when you are, right? So we're going to talk about a few things about that. But really the separation can be so excruciating. I understand it. It's a fate worse than, people have explained, and I have explained it from my own experience as being worse than actually losing someone. It's very, very painful, and so I honor you. But, when we're in that energy, and I actually sort of lost where I was going with that, because I was thinking about, and I was feeling all your pain, right? Because I was feeling all of you guys come in, and it's almost like you can't breathe. And so and
it was 11:01.
Yeah. And so I so honor that. And so I love that sign, right? On the camera as 11:01, and to let you guys know, it's okay. Right? You're not, we get it, and you're not, and I'm going to sneeze on the truth. Because it is. And you guys are not alone, is what was coming out of my mouth when I had to sneeze. And that you're not separated, and that it's okay. And that message keeps coming up over and over again, right? And so we, on our Facebook last Sunday, we did our sermon, and this might come up on YouTube here, but if you guys want to check it out, go to Facebook. And we talked about that separation, that idea of separation as this original sin. And I'm not talking about separation from your twin, but the concept of separation from all things, right? You guys are not separate. Just really holding space for that right now for you guys and all the pain that you're in. And so, yeah, letting you kind of bounce back into that, because that energy is overwhelming, and I really felt it for you guys. And so being ready, right? So being able to let go of moving out of your trigger, let go of responding out of your pain body, let go of responding out of your wounds, allowing yourself to look at your stuff so that you can respond in love. And so what I was saying now, finally coming back to my point, thank you guys for, what happens sometimes I get drawn into your energetic reaction, and there was so much pain in that subject that I really needed to honor you guys. So as the divine feminine, we can be in that flow of energy. We can be in that emotional water. We can even handle the separation for years, right? Even though it's painful. What happens for the masculine, though, is that they handle it differently, right? And so you might have been doing a lot of work as the feminine, right? You might have worked with us. You might have worked with other people. You might have already put years in. And you might start to create this air of, well, I've done all this, so I don't know who you think you are, right? You're obviously not doing anything, and we start to create judgment. We start to bring ourselves up here, and we look kind of down on the twin, right? Well, you're over there. The problem with this reality is that when Nicole was talking about what the masculine does, is that first of all, it's inaccurate, right? Because the two work is completely different. So it took me time and experience to realize, right? And so if it takes you a little bit of time, that's okay. But really an analysis and an understanding of energy, they're doing work.
Yeah.
Even if they seem like they're totally unconscious, they're choosing to work through templates that are painful, traumas, experiences, addiction. And if they are not fully awakened to their reality, there's also that, right?
Yep.
But they're still working through it. They took blinders on, not conscious, and working through painful stuff. That's work. And then we work in different ways, right? And so for me, it was easy to work in my intuition, my energy, and to do that and to start doing that. But when we do that and then we look down at our twin and then we feel frustration for them not wanting to come in and connect with us, we are essentially energetically banishing them from our energy. We're like, you're not good enough. You're not doing enough. You're not on my level. So anytime, right? And I really want you guys to think about this and listen to this, because this is a big tool. Anytime that you are believing something about your twin, or yourself for that matter, that creates an energy of separateness, differentness, right? Or anything that is not aligned with love energy, is sort of on an unconditional level, and I know that being unconditional in a conditional world is not always easy, it's not truth. It's not aligned, right? So when I catch myself going, well, but I, right? And Nicole and I, like she said, we talk from our experience. I used to focus for years. Well, you're this, you're that, and we've talked about this in other videos. And then I'm not focusing on all of this work that needs to happen within me. I'm just focusing on her. And then do you think she wants to be around me? No, not at all, right? And also didn't allow me to be present for her. So if you find yourself going into that patterning, into that belief, understand that the energetic conversation you're having with your twin is intense. It doesn't matter what you're saying out loud. It doesn't matter if you're saying like, oh, you're so wonderful. But in your head, you're like, wow, you're not doing anything. And look at me over here, right? And the other thing too that a mentor told me a long time ago that I never forget, and I want to share with you guys is, guess what? If you think that you're doing all the work and they're not doing anything, not only did we just correct that thought by showing you how it's two different types of work, you switch on and off. Lifetime by lifetime. Yes. Switching gender, template, how you want to handle it, doing what you need to do, switching the burden spiritually. And the thing is that if you just continue to hold space for yourself, do the work for yourself, right? Some of you guys say sometimes like, I want to get off this twin flame train. I'm just like done with it. You are a twin. Divine, amazing, connected, activating this world, bringing consciousness, serving this planet. It is so much more than a relationship. You already exist as this energy, right? So it's not a path of sort of just like, oh, I choose to, right? Where your choice is, and for some of us, our higher self says, yeah, not really a conscious choice because I already chose for you, can be around your union physically, your relationship, but who you are and your energetic union, that's not a choice. That's a reality. That's not a concept or a theory. It's a energetic print. It's a reality, right? And so we really wanted to share this with you guys because there is so much movement around being able to reunite right now. And I want to come back to something I was saying earlier, which was, guess what? So there's a lot of work to do in separation. There's a ton of work to do in reunion, right? Yeah. That's a baby. That's the baby where all the baby needs is attention and love and work, and all your wounds are coming up and all your pain, right? And some of you guys have, and there's a couple of questions because there's some sort of misinformation, in my opinion, out there. So some of the things that some of you guys have messaged us about lately, I'm going to throw out there really quickly. No, you don't have to be master of everything to be able to come together. You guys can do it together. Yes. Nicole and I were master of a mess, right?
We were really good at that.
I'm not saying...
I was.
So when people say that twins need to be evolved to a certain point in order to have a relationship in the physical 3D, I agree with that. What the mistake is in my interpretation, my energetic sort of connection to it, is that does not mean what you have done in this lifetime. It means your evolution as a soul. Okay? So if your evolution as a soul is to the point where this can happen for you, you can still look kind of like a hot mess in the 3D in this lifetime because your soul still did the work. You're going to be able to catch up. Yes. You're going to be able to do it. Yes. And the way I look at all relationships, they are these massive catalysts of growth. So another question somebody had is, will the growth be slower if we're together? Or, can I not do it together? Guess what? It'll be faster.
It's a faster process.
It's also more intense, which is why you need that support.
Yes.
So whatever, if you guys are in, close to reunion or you're in reunion, get some support. Doesn't have to be Nicole and I. Get some support, get some understanding, do some deep dive work, protect that union like it is a baby that needs attention, right? And this is a beautiful place to be because guess what? If there's work that still needs to be done in you, and I know that it's true for every one of you because it's true for me, and there's just really no one that kind of is on this planet and this time and this body that doesn't have any work to do, you have control over that. So you don't have to feel powerless in the separation or powerless in the relationship, right? You have control over that.
Completely. So Dove spoke to the divine feminine, so I feel as if I need to talk to the divine masculine. So some of you, the divine masculine is woke. You guys are awake. Yeah. You guys are doing like heavy work, and your beloved is in the trenches. And so what I would say to you is one of the big things I've noticed is the judgment towards self when that happens. There's such a heavy burden of like, it's my fault. Like, oh, if I could just, and there's a lot of pain in the self-judgment. I see more self-judgment than really this outward like judgment of the female, actually. And so what I would say to you is, come back to a place of love with yourself and understand that there's a process here and that they're going through that process and they're experiencing what they need to experience and that you very well can hold space. And there's something very beautiful about the divine masculine when it holds space for the woman, just because of it's just, we see more women actually holding space for men. So when you see, or just, we're not even talking about sex, but when you see it, there's something so beautiful in that. And I've seen the divine masculine hold space for a very long time and then be able to go into reunion, or to be able to sit and have dinner, or be able to get on the phone again. It's mind-blowing and it's beautiful to watch that process, because I've seen it a lot actually. So take the judgment off of yourself, take the judgment off of them. Know that this is a process. Look at it from a different view. Just understand that you guys are doing so much work both at the same time, doing different things, and all of it is for the collective and all of it's for both of you, and that this is what you chose to do. And maybe if you're stuck in some rut and you need to find your way out, that's totally different. But you guys are doing it and you have access to getting out of it, and you have access to getting out of it fast.
Yes.
It doesn't have to take forever. Dov was just talking about that. It could be quick. It could be, I always say this, it could be a blink where the shift happens because you're doing the work.
Yeah.
So not holding on to this idea like, oh, it's going to take forever. And sometimes it does take longer, but it doesn't have to take forever. And so it comes back to, okay, can I keep the focus on me? Can I hold space for the other person, right? But can I keep the focus now on myself? Like, what can I be doing in this moment for myself, for my evolution, for my growth, for my purpose, for my mission? Coming back to your passions, coming back to that place of like, oh God, what fires me up about being here? Because for many of you, it's hard to find that when we're in separation, because we're so focused on the breakup that we can't find our way back home to ourselves.
Yeah.
And there's a part of that we need to do that, to have the reunion, to have that space, to have the polarization that is very much natural happen on its own. But the self-work, I see people work their butts off, and then all of a sudden the phone call happens and they're going on dates and they're talking about mission, and you're just like, oh my God, it's been years. So I honor that too. I honor the work that you guys are doing to get to that place.
And you guys don't have to do it alone, right? We have so many ways that we're going to be able to, we have new exciting stuff coming out, like literally in the next 2 weeks. That every single one of you is going to be invited to join. We want you to join. We want you to be together with us. We want to support you even deeper. But also you can email us, right? If you guys are thinking about needing the support, you want to work one-on-one, you can email us. The info is always below. You can be on the Facebook. We give free stuff all the time. Like, just continue to be supported in something that feels aligned with you, in a truth that feels aligned with you. However, and be honest with yourself about the level of support that you need, and allow yourself to be supported. And invest that time in yourself and that process in yourself to say to the universe you're willing to receive. So we love you guys, and we hope that this was really helpful. And we say everything we say with love and with so much respect for you and so much grace and gratitude for you. And if you guys are new, make sure you subscribe, like the video, share it with people if you think that they would benefit from this. And we will talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, we'll see you Friday too.
Yes.
Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.